And welcome to another episode of Elevated. I'm the host, Elevated Engineer. Today, we're doing Season 1, Star Wars episode. Well, no more episodes, because I think this is the only season they're going to have. So, let's go ahead and get into it. This is our Obi Wan Season 1 review. So, let's go! All right, Elevated Engineering fam, welcome back. I want to let y'all know I'm feeling great. I just got over COVID really about in the last few days, but you know, we kicking, we doing what we supposed to be doing. We holding it down. But today, as I said before, Obi Wan, let's go. So, as you all like to know, I tend to start with the cast first, and then I get into a little bit of the plot, then I get into my actual reviews, and finally, we do our entire... There it is. Okay, I'm doing too many things. We do our entire philosophy at the end. So, the last time I left off, I believe I left off with episode 3 and 4. I didn't want to do episode to episode again like I have been doing. So, I pretty much just combined these last 2 episodes into one. Because doing episode by episode is a little too much. So, alright, let's go ahead and get into it. So, I believe we left off last time. We had just gotten back, by we I mean Obi-Wan, Leia. They had just linked up with the rebels, and they had their Obi-Wan finally had his encounter with not only the Inquisitors but with Vader, and of course your boy Christensen finally made his debut. And I gotta tell you, man, oh my god, like, bro, just Darth Vader, bro. Like, I can't believe this dude is this awesome, man. Like, I cannot believe that they did my man like that. It was so, like, oh my god. Like, it was just good seeing him as him. Like, you know, like, just seeing him, you know. And some of the big reveals, man, I mean, some of the reveals were pretty big. The character Reva, she really did a really good turn this time, man. I really do believe that where is this chick from? Moses Ingram. I don't know if she's FBA or not. I don't know, but either way, I think she did a really good job. They gave her the motivation she needed, and from the transition from episode 5 and 6, you get to really delve more into her character, her motivations, her tie-ins to not only Vader, but, you know, the whole Jedi situation. There's some big stuff that goes on in this episode, man. You got to start asking. I think that we finally get our answer as to why Obi-Wan didn't actually ever kill Darth Vader, Anakin, what have you, because Darth Vader Anakin does eventually become Vader, and it's so, like, the transition, okay, between Hayden Christensen And James Earl Jones' voice is so, I can't lie, it's so dope. Like, it's like you can kind of see, you can see there is a physical transformation and a spiritual one as well. And I believe that's what they wanted to highlight. So, let's get a little comfortable. Why didn't Obi Wan kill Darth Vader? And I think a big part of the reason that he never actually killed him, because I am 100% certain that Obi Wan could have killed Anakin on a number of occasions. They hint at this at the in a bunch of flashbacks. The flashbacks are really unique because you get to actually transition into Obi-Wan and Anakin actually, they're having their battles, they're having their training sessions as Master and Padawan, and you really get to see, that even back then, like, truth be told, Anakin was probably a better lightsaber user than Obi-Wan, but Obi-Wan is the overall better fighter and Jedi, really, because Obi-Wan don't play fair. He never has. Like, bro, he never has played fair. He plays to win, and that's what a smart guy would actually do. So, that was just so there's one scene. Oh my God. There's one scene where they go at it, and you really get to see what Obi-Wan is really mad. He's just like, yo! Like, he gets all these freaking boulders and rocks and shit, and truth be told, Vader couldn't handle he couldn't handle, like, Obi's too nasty. And there's a shot where you see Anakin's face. It's like, they did the same thing, was it in Rebels? Or was it in... I don't think it was in Clone Wars. I think it was Rebels where Vader and Ahsoka actually had their fight. She beat him, and she kind of came to the same conclusion that Obi-Wan came to. It's like, he could be beaten, but this is still my man. So I get it. I understand why Star Wars framed it this way, because it's always been like, I mean, really since episode 1 came out. Like, why didn't not episode 1, episode 3, because he had more than an opportunity. He could have laid him down when he first chopped him down. He could have laid him down again in this series, but he chose to let him go. And I think that, and I'm going to get into the philosophy of that later. We'll get to the philosophy of their relationship, but I really want to get into, what is evil? Is Anakin evil? Which, I mean, Anakin, I guess you could say that Anakin himself isn't evil and Vader is, but they're one and the same. So I don't know. So we're gonna talk about that a little later. What is evil? I should say, what is evil? Okay, sorry, writing down. Okay, so the next thing I really want to focus on. God, I just love seeing Vader just go hard. I'm sorry, I know, but man, something else that's actually quite interesting was the effectiveness of stormtroopers. Now, we've been giving stormtroopers hell ever since the 70s, right? But they do have their use, and it was beautiful seeing the stormtroopers actually being effective for once. Because truth be told, even though stormtroopers aren't nearly as effective as clone troopers, stormtroopers are very effective when they have large numbers, and either they have a large amount of numbers. You could just keep throwing them out there, and it's a small space, or in large amount of numbers on a really big space. But he has to have a large amount of numbers. Like, you have to have like 1 million stormtroopers, and they're actually quite destructive. That's one thing they showed. Like, even though the stormtroopers themselves are mediocre soldiers, to be honest, man, they could be very scary when they got you. Like, when they got you in a corner and they could just keep throwing them at you, like, oh my god, this guy's coming more and more. They're almost like droids to an extent. Like, they're almost like what the droids were to the Clone Wars. Because, I mean, you could just keep throwing them at you. They're not very skilled, but if you got the overwhelming numbers, and that's what happens. Reva ends up cornering not only Obi Wan, but the rebels in episode 5. And, they're going in because they are just relentlessly wave after wave after wave after wave. So it's kind of the very reason that the Empire is able to hold control so much, because even though, they have the Death Star, well, at this point they don't have the Death Star. Death Star is obviously in pre-production. But what is really crazy is that these stormtroopers, man, seeing them in action it could be a little scary, to be honest. Because they just keep coming and coming and coming. So, I mean, that's very interesting, because you really get to see what happens when, your friends become your enemies. And I think that's one of the big themes of this entire series. Like, sometimes your friends are gonna become your enemies, man. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way life works, man. Why'd I still got that? Whatever. I ain't gonna change it. I'm not gonna change it. So no, I believe once they get past that initial, I don't want to give away the Reva spoiler about who she is and how she came, what she came from, but she's very integral. She has a particular beef with Darth Vader, and she has a very good reason for it. Oh man, all these people calling me. Y'all know I'm working. Yeah. So I just gotta get this on. Can we please put this on mute, please? I thought I had it on mute. Okay, thank you. We philosophizing. Well, we haven't started philosophizing yet, but we getting there. Okay. So yeah, as they, Obi Wan manages to escape initially. He manages to escape. It's just oh my god, like the scene where Darth Vader just, like, you could tell he's fucking determined and pissed. And he's, as Obi-Wan, they're trying to escape, he force grabs a ship taking off. Like, this guy's force power is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, Darth Vader is no freaking joke. Like, what? He's no joke. Like he takes apart. Yo, it's so cool. Like, he grabs the ship, slams it on the ground, and takes it apart. The problem is Obi-Wan knows exactly how Darth Vader thinks. Actually, they both know. They know how each other thinks, and it's just like, damn, that really is Darth Vader. Like, he's really there, like, tearing the ship apart. Just that powerful. But they get away. So they're chasing him. And Obi-Wan, along with the very, very, very beginning of the Rebels, is pretty much like, I mean, they're being chased by a damn Imperial carrier, right? So that pretty much ends episode 5. They go into episode 6. Episode 6 starts off with them being chased, and with Obi Wan making the sacrifice as he usually does. He has to split them up. He knows Vader's going to follow him. Right? Now, keep in mind, of course, Vader still does not know that Leia is his daughter. We be your daughter. Okay, but he doesn't know that he's his daughter, right? And she's his daughter, but he just wants Obi-Wan. So Obi-Wan comes up with the idea, and that's where where's O'Shea's character. What is this guy's name? I always love how like they don't just like give me all the cast members. Give me all the cast members and stop playing games with me. O'Shea's character. O'Shea Jr.'s character. He's a leader of the rebels, and he, they have to split up. So they end up splitting up, and they end up, what the hell? I like how they don't have the names. Like, I hate that. Sorry, people. I am looking for, I want to actually get his character name right before I even go back. I know his name is O'Shea, of course, but I want to actually get his character name, his cast member name on here. And I hate the fact that I have to go through all this crap just to be able to see his name. And it's like, come on, man, what are we doing? Like, Roken? Is that it? Yeah, okay, so Roken. Roken's the leader of the rebels. He's trying to save the rebels. Obi-Wan splits off from the rebels so that he can split off Darth Vader. And the homegirl Reva, she goes to search for the other child, as we all know to be Luke. Okay, so this is when the awesomeness happens. And at first it was interesting because you didn't know if Leia and Obi-Wan would ever see each other again. And that was something I was like, oh man, that's quite touching, you know? Please don't tell me this is the last time they ever seen each other, and then the next time she sees him is when he essentially dies, from, episode 4. But, I'll leave that up to you all. So, but it's obvious that Anakin is Darth Vader, so obsessed with Obi-Wan. It's almost like he's compelled to chase him. Even though it would have been wiser to probably stick with the rebels. Darth Vader goes after Obi-Wan, as he pretty much figured, that he would. They go, they do the standoff, man, and this is really, really like, this is where it really turns out. There's something that Darth Vader says to Obi-Wan after he chases him to the planet. And he was like, yes, Obi-Wan, your strength has returned, but your weakness still remains. Obi was like, what? Who you talking to, bruh? You know what I mean? Which is so hilarious, man, because Obi-Wan is so... he's so much powerful than probably, he gets credit for. I think that, the way the battle plays out. I mean, spoiler alert, neither Obi-Wan nor Darth Vader is killed, okay? Sorry, but it's very awesome to see their... Well, I don't know, because I don't know if Disney is gonna have a season 2. I would love a season 2. I really would. But their beef, man, their beef is long. It's been, truth be told, on some meta, You know, the beef has been going on since the 1970s. You know, the beef has been going on since the 1970s, and you know that's real world beef, but it's also Star Wars canon beef, and you know, just see them actually fight. Because remember, Episode 4, Obi Wan was basically he was a distraction. He's always a distraction, really, but he knew Anakin was coming after him. Episode 4, he knew he had to distract him long enough for Luke, Leia, and Han Solo to get away. But this battle right here was like, these motherfuckers is really, really battling. And Obi don't lose. Plot armor aside, yes, Obi don't be losing like that, man. The last time Obi really lost, I think it was in episode 2. Right? Yeah, it was episode 2 where Anakin got, you know, his arm chopped off. And I think they were going after Dooku. For whatever reason, he couldn't beat Dooku. Wait, let me see if I remember this right, because I really got to recall this. Episode 2, Anakin and Obi-Wan both lost to Count Dooku. But Anakin got his arm chopped off. Obi got nicked a couple of times, but but then I believe they got saved by Yoda, didn't they? Yeah, they did. Okay, so I'm not tripping. I might have to rewatch episodes 1 through everything all over again, to be honest. I really haven't watched episode 2 in some years now that I think about it. Whatever. Either way. So, Obi don't lose, man. Obi does not lose, okay? And it was just like, man, there were so many themes in this. One big thing that is probably it goes under the radar is the fact that I don't think George Lucas likes to lie to kids. And that's just something throughout all his Star Wars works and all this stuff, I don't think that George Lucas likes to lie to kids. So every time it seems like the adults are going to lie to a kid. For example, Obi-Wan lying to Leia, you know, about her parents, you know. In the beginning, he was just like, oh, yeah, you know, I knew your parents, blah, 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 you know. But he's still lying to her. You know, he's still not telling her the entire truth. But as we move through the series, I think she understands a lot more why you know, why he can't tell her who her parents actually were. Even Leia, as a little 10-year-old, understands to an extent. And you know, I get it. Like you know, you shouldn't lie to kids, but sometimes you have to. I think that's a powerful theme. That's a powerful theme about lying to kids. It's something that we really shouldn't do. But unfortunately, we're living in an adult world. We want to protect children, and you know, I don't think George Lucas likes to lie to kids. That's something I just got from that. And as a final freaking note, he made his appearance finally, as we all was hoping he would. Even though black folks, we got a beef, still gonna respect the fact. Qui-Gon Jinn. Yes! We have been waiting for Qui-Gon Jinn to make an appearance for 20 years, bruh. Episode 1 came out when? Like 99 or something? Hold on. When the episode 1? I'm looking it up right now. I am looking it up. Episode 1 release. I think that was like 98, bro. Like 99. So, bro, we've been waiting 23 years, bruh. We have been waiting 23 years to see Qui-Gon, and to see him show up for a Force Ghost mode, it warmed my heart. Again, we got black folks. We got a couple of problems with Liam Neeson. But, he's going to play Qui-Gon. Nah, it was good seeing him, bro. I can't lie, man. And the conversation between him and Obi Wan, it was, it was short, but it was so pivotal. It was perfect. I'll say that. It was perfect. Now, at the end of the day, Obi-Wan gets past Darth Vader. He makes it back to Tatooine just in time. And salute to Luke's family for holding it down, because they had to protect Luke. Remember, as I said earlier, Reva had split off and searched for whatever reason. Excuse me. She had searched and found Luke, and Obi had to race. But doesn't turn out how you think it's gonna turn out. And truth be told, after episode 5's reveal of Reva being technically Reva was never a Jedi, but she was raised by the Jedi, and part of her is still a Jedi. Is Inquisitor a Sith? I don't think Inquisitor is a Sith, is it? Or not? Or is it just like Sith associated? Whatever. Okay, so we did the gas, we did the plot review, man. I loved it. I love the entire series, man. I'm gonna give it a solid 9, man. I really did love it, man. It really did do Star Wars fans justice. I really did enjoy. I don't know if they're gonna have another season. I think they're kind of hinting that they may have another season. I know I would love to see another season. I think it would be good. I mean, it won't hurt. It's only gonna help the franchise, and if the people want to come back, let's do it. I'm sure they can. And I gotta be honest. So far, this is gonna be my favorite Disney series. I know a lot of people love The Mandalorian, Boba Fett, and now this one, but I think this is one of my favorite because this is the one I've been waiting on a lot longest, and I really I needed it. I needed it, bro. Because I mean, when you got it, when Disney is cranking out Han Solo movies that ain't nobody asked for, and goddamn, all these other stuff we didn't ask for, all right, okay, it's cool. But honestly, I've been waiting on this Obi Wan a lot longer than I've been waiting on episodes 7, 8, and 9. Which were, I think maybe just maybe I'll come to appreciate the later Disney Star Wars at a later time. Maybe after I rewatch it, a few more times. But I really enjoyed this Obi-Wan, man. I really needed this Obi-Wan in my life. And I was sitting up just anticipating. Oh, God. So, yeah, I loved it, man. I loved it. So, let's go ahead and move to my favorite part. Philosophy. What is evil, man? What is evil? That is my philosophy. Or that's the topic of my philosophy. Is evil just a set of circumstances, or is it just evil? Bad, good, black, white, cut and dry, binary. I don't know, man. I think that's what they want to explore in this, man. I mean, because part of Darth Vader is evil. You know, not part of Darth Vader. 98% of Darth Vader is evil. Reva is evil. But is she? We all know what happens to Darth Vader. We know how he ends. We know how his story goes. From essentially start to finish. For the most part. But very symbolically, when they cut off his mask like that, they're showing you he's half Darth Vader and he's half Anakin. And one thing that you could see, you could slightly, if you see close enough, you could see Anakin actually crying. And another thing, if you pay attention to when he gets his mask cut off, at least that's what I seen, he didn't have the Sith eye. He was Anakin at that point. And I think that's why Obi Wan didn't kill him. Because he's seen that little bit of good in him. Same thing with this Reva chick. At the end of the series, she has the opportunity to drastically alter. Of course, she's not gonna do it because it's Star Wars. She's not gonna change it. But she has the opportunity to drastically alter the Star Wars galaxy. All she would have had to do is either A, kill Luke, or B, she would have to kidnap Luke and take him to Vader. Imagine what would happen. What? Because I remember before I said, what would happen if Darth Vader had captured Leia? How would the galaxy have fared? Would there even been a rebel? You know, and the galaxy's always at war, so you know it just is what it is. But like, I mean, think about what is evil. I mean, you know, a lot of times you'll hear people say, there are no good people, there are no evil people. There are only people who do good and bad things, but good and bad is relative. No, it's not. Not really. Good and bad is not relative, I don't think. I don't think that it is relative. We all know what good is. We all know what bad is. Just because I'm at war with you does not make me a bad person. It certainly doesn't make me a good person either. We all know as adults, that's why I say as adults. Children don't know the difference, but adults do. That's the difference between adults and children. So when it comes down to the subject of evil, is Darth Vader evil? Yes, but is Anakin? No-ish. No-ish. But it depends on who you ask. Because there are people in the galaxy who view the Jedi as evil. Are what are they called? The Hutts. Are the Hutts evil, or are they just capitalists? I mean, they own slaves. They do business, but they're not blowing up planets, and that's pretty bad. But they're also not saving people's lives, and they have the opportunity to. For whatever reason, the Hutts are a powerful part of the galaxy, man. So, you know, with this evil, it's so fascinating. One thing we do know for a fact is that the Jedi represents the light side of the Force, and the Sith represent the dark side of the Force. You're more than likely going to be considered evil by most people if you represent the dark side of the Force. But it does not necessarily mean that you can't come from the dark side back to the light side. And obviously you can go from the light side, Count Dooku, to the dark side. There's a balance, you know. One is going to dominate the other, man, but Anakin was supposed to be the balance. He was supposed to, well, initially, he was supposed to be the light. He was supposed to bring balance to the Force. He brought balance to the Force. He just brought it on the dark side. But as we all know, he comes back. He gets his wits about him, or what have you. And, damn, I should have put, I got all my screens messed up, man. I got all my slides messed up. Hold on, yeah. Hold on for a second. Hold on. I'm not entirely convinced that there is such a thing as being, pure evil. I don't think you can be pure good. I think, and my philosophy on this is that we are not only humans, but we are also, being human, capable of doing so much. We are capable of doing so much in our lives. And it's sad that, certain events could turn someone so far off their path that they essentially become a bad guy. What's the old saying? Either die young or live long enough to become the bad guy, or something along that. I mean, it's true. I mean, let's go back to the real world. The real world saying that, we gotta make tough decisions as adults. And we have to make sure that we're, kind of always checking our path, checking those people's paths who are coming along with us, if they come along with us at all. And we are capable of crossing over to the dark side. I mean, I've had to stop myself from going onto the dark side. I mean, let's not get it twisted. I mean, I'm not a Sith Lord out here, but man, I mean, I think every adult, like, we got a chance to be grimy or not, and we don't have to be, but sometimes you might have to be. It's, think about it like this: is a drug dealer a bad person? Society says yes, but you ask other people. I mean, do we or do we not elevate drug dealers? Which is, I mean, I'm talking about let's talk about the black community. Do we or do we not elevate drug dealers? I mean, we kind of do, don't we? Especially if you're getting money. You know what I'm saying? But we know for a fact that he's selling poison. I ain't talking about weed. I'm talking about, drugs. He's selling poison. More than likely, he or she is selling poison to his own people. That is bad. However, some may argue that, sometimes those drug dealers and those drug enforcers are needed. Why? You need the neighborhood hustler, because a lot of times the neighborhood hustler is the one, even though he doing his dirt, he go do what he can to put people on, right? He go do what he can to make sure that his neighborhood could thrive. And at the same time, you could say, all right, selling drugs is evil, but them people are gonna find them drugs regardless, and they either go get it from him or they go get it from somebody else. People gonna do what they want to do. He just a supplier. That's what it is. He just a supplier. Is it terrible what the drugs do? Yeah, but people go do it regardless if it's available. Are the laws evil? Well, at one point, the slavery was legal in the United States. So, that was an evil law enforced by evil people. But in society, the slave owner was elevated to a very high status. He still is. He try to pretend like he's not, but he is. There's statues of slave owners being exalted. You know, that's what it is. Is it evil? Yes, it's evil to me, but to the other group, you know, George Washington, not so bad. So what is evil? Is evil a state of mind? Is evil actions? Is evil just the circumstances you find yourself in? Were you raised to be evil, or did you just come to that conclusion naturally? Hitler was evil. Yes, Hitler was evil. 100%. But to the German people at that time, those who supported his Nazism and all that nonsense, he wasn't evil. He improved their economy. He gave them a strong sense of nationalism. The German people unified their country. Unified, not only that, he unified Germany, Austria, all these other places. Created his own military, created jobs, created a wartime. It really was a wartime economy. But you know, if you would have asked, if this was 1938 Germany, and you ask, is Hitler evil? I'm sure some people would say, yeah, we're not doing like that. But there's clearly enough people agreed with him that they were willing to do one of the most evil acts in the history of humanity, and for something that they believed in, albeit horrible Holocaust. But you know, history sees the German people at that time mostly as monsters. But again, if you were to ask Hitler's youth, there's those Hitler's youth. Because, I mean, really, Darth Vader is modeled almost after, the Emperor is modeled after, a bunch of dictators. But Hitler is definitely in there. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, the Empire is a bigoted, racist army. Well, how is it racist? Elevated? Well, all of the soldiers and officers and clone troopers and admirals and generals, they're all human. That's the race. The race is human. So they're essentially the Fourth Reich of human. They're humans imposing their will on the rest of the galaxy. And if you don't comply with us, we're gonna blow up your goddamn planet. That's, evil. But it's a job to a stormtrooper. If you think about it, it's a job to a stormtrooper. Now the clones were different. Clones were bred. If you think about it, if the clone troopers are not evil, because don't get confused. They made it very, very clear that clone troopers had the choice of either, after completing their training, they had the choice to either join the military, the at the time the Republic Army, or getting out and living their life. 99.9% of the clones chose to join the Republic Army, the clone army, and I don't blame them. I would have done the same thing. This is what I've been doing since I was caged. The shot made me in the test tube. All my brothers is about to go do this. We all gonna go to war. I mean, truth be told, that's how a lot of people in the military feel. That's why they go to war. They go to war with their brothers, right? Because we all going through this together. We go start together. We go finish together. But Order 66, was that evil? I mean, you didn't have a choice. Literally, you didn't have a choice. And Jedi, took the end of that. But it is what it is, man. Like, what is evil? Seriously. What is it? Because truth be told, I don't think that Darth Vader is 100% evil. I don't think it's possible for anyone to be 100% of anything. And that's what evil, in my opinion, if I had to put a definition on evil, I'm sure there is a YouTube definition or a Google definition, you know. But if I had to put my you know, according to Google, the definition of evil is profoundly immoral and wicked. This evil deeds. The adjectives: profoundly moral, wicked. The noun: profoundly moral. Okay. Profoundly immoral and evil. How are your morals gauged? You know? Like, how is morality gauged? Because immoral to someone else might be moral to another person. So I believe that, I think that's what Star Wars was, what Obi Wan was really going for. Think about it. What is evil? You know? Just because someone is a Sith doesn't mean that they're incapable of coming back to the light side. Obviously, this is a metaphor for real life. We all make mistakes. Terrible mistakes. Anakin made a hell of a lot of mistakes, boy! But, you know, at the end of the day, he found himself through his children, and he found that he wasn't evil. He was just being used by evil. And it worked. But he came back. That's my philosophy, man. I think that we are all capable of coming back from the dark side, wherever that may be. And I believe that this Star Wars Obi Wan series shows us that, like, man, you don't know who you are till you go through some stuff. You don't know who you are till you go through some stuff, and it might change you. And you might wake up one day, look in the mirror, and you won't recognize yourself. But with that being said, that is, oh, I forgot. Go ahead and smash the likes. 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 Drop a comment. I really appreciate it. Do you agree with my assessment of evil, my reviews? Did you like the series or not? Cool, whatever. Also, we're gonna be having there's so much stuff coming out of too for reviews. Spy X Family, that's a good one. I'm in the middle of that. I think the last episode just aired of that, so I'm gonna do that first season. I think it's one season, but I'm not sure how many seasons it's gonna be. But the first season, I believe, just completed. The Spriggan. Oh my God! You guys are not ready for my Spriggan review. My Spriggan review. I've been waiting to review Spriggan for 20 plus years, and it's on Netflix. I'm in the middle of watching it. It's awesome. Oh my God, I'm gonna be doing that one next. There's also Spiderhead. That was a pretty good movie. I'm gonna be doing that this week. And yeah, so let me know what you all think with the comment section down below. That's it, engineering fam. Also, engineering fam, don't forget, drop the God a like, share. share, subscribe to this video. I truly would appreciate it. You are my engineering fam. Thank you so much again. You all enjoy yourselves. Be safe.